Chapter 1. The Slave Market of Xalathi 9. Captain Elias Vance had seen many horrors across the galaxy, but nothing compared to the slave markets of Xalathi 9. The planet was a cesspool of crime syndicates and warlords, where sentient beings were bought and sold like livestock. Elias had only come to resupply his ship, the Starhawk, but the sight of two alien girls chained in a filthy cage made him pause. They were unlike any species he had seen before. Tall, slender, with luminous violet skin and glowing silver eyes. Their delicate, almost ethereal features were marred by bruises, their once elegant robes torn and dirty. "Human," one of them whispered, her voice like chimes in the wind. "Please help us." Elias clenched his fists. He wasn't a hero. He was a smuggler, a rogue who skirted the edges of the law. But something about their pleading gaze stirred a fire in him. The slaver, a hulking reptilian brute, smirked. "Interested. Rare breed Xalathi twins. Exotic, obedient. 50,000 credits each." Elias didn't have that kind of money. But he had something better, a plan. "Let me inspect them," he said, feigning disinterest. The slaver grunted but unlocked the cage. The moment the girls were within reach, Elias activated the EMP pulse on his wristband. The entire market's electronics shorted out, plunging the area into chaos. "Run!" He grabbed their hands and bolted. Chapter 2. Escape and the Truth. The trio barely made it to the Starhawk before the slavers opened fire. Elias slammed the launch sequence, and the ship rocketed into the sky, leaving Xalathi 9 behind. Panting, he turned to the girls. "You're safe now. What are your names?" The taller one bowed her head. "I am Larissa." The other, slightly smaller, touched her chest. "And I am Solara. We are grateful human." Elias frowned. "Why were you enslaved? You don't look like fighters or laborers." Larissa's eyes darkened. "We are Xalathi, a telepathic species. Our people were conquered by the Draxian Empire. They use us as tools. Our minds can control their warships, amplify their weapons. We were to be sold to a warlord." Elias whistled. "So you're not just refugees. You're valuable." Solara flinched. You won't return us, will you?" Elias laughed. "Hell no. I don't like slavers. But I do like pissing them off." The girls exchanged a glance. Then, in unison, they stepped forward and pressed their foreheads against his. A surge of warmth flooded Elias's mind. Images of gratitude, trust, and something deeper. "You are our savior," their voices echoed in his thoughts. "And now, you are bound to us." Elias pulled back, stunned. What the hell was that? Larissa smiled softly. "A Xalathi bond. You freed us. Now, we are yours." Elias blinked. What?" Chapter 3. A Dangerous Alliance. Weeks passed. The girls proved useful. Solara's telepathy helped navigate asteroid fields, and Larissa could sense enemy ships before they appeared on scanners. But Elias was unnerved by their closeness. They slept near him, touched him often, and spoke in cryptic phrases about fate. Then the Draxians found them. A warship ambushed the Starhawk near the Kronos belt. Shields failed. Alarms blared. "We can't outrun them," Elias growled. Larissa placed a hand on the control panel. "We don't have to." Her eyes glowed white. Solara joined her, their minds merging. The Draxian ship's weapons malfunctioned. Their engines shut down. Elias gaped. "You did that." Solara collapsed into his arms, exhausted. "For you, we would do anything." The realization hit him. They weren't just grateful. They loved him. And worse, He was starting to love them back. Chapter 4. The Ceremony of Binding. The Xalathi bond wasn't just emotional, it was biological. Their species imprinted on those who saved them, forming an unbreakable connection. Elias tried to resist. "This is insane. I can't marry two women." Larissa tilted her head. "Why not? Our people share bonds in triads. It is natural." Solara added. "And we want you, Elias. Not just for gratitude. For you." He had no family, no home. Just a ship and a life of running. But with them he felt whole. So, under the twin moons of Xalath, they performed the ceremony of binding. Hands entwined, minds linked, vows spoken in 3 voices. Elias Vance, the rogue smuggler, became Elias of Xalath. Epilogue, a new destiny. Years later, the legend spread across the stars. The human who freed 2 Xalathi priestesses and became their king. Together, they led a rebellion against the Draxian Empire, freeing thousands of slaves. And in the quiet of their palace, Elias held his wives close, their bond unshakable. Larissa whispered, "You once asked why we chose you." Solara finished, "Because only a human could love so fiercely and change the galaxy." Elias smiled. "Damn right." And so, the trio ruled, not as conquerors but as liberators. For love, not war, was the greatest power of all.